Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I'm not here with Geeky Sparkles in this video, and we're going to talk about women in comics. So it doesn't seem very appropriate that she is not here, but we're going to do a quick update on a video we did yesterday talking about this Gail Simone story in the Women of Marvel comics. I think it's called Women of Marvel 2024 something comic that she did, where the bad guy was an incel that wanted to get rid of women in comics, and they have to remind the audience of all the things that female Marvel superheroes have done over the last several decades, and that you don't want to get rid of women because women are okay, right? And we're thinking, oh, this is a lesson against toxic masculinity. That's what Gail Simone is going for, and it was kind of cringy. However, there's a twist to this, and I did not see the rest of the story. The twist is that the women sing the praises of the men. And now the people that normally would be backing Gail Simone are turning on her on Twitter. Her favorite place, the place where, like, if you watched the video yesterday, she spends countless hours tweeting. Well, now her people are turning on her. They're eating her, because how dare she use a comic about women to talk about how cool some of the male Marvel superheroes are. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, no woohoos. I don't think woohoos are appropriate. This is a very serious matter. You know, we can't sing the praises of any male Marvel characters, right? So maybe that was a plot twist. Maybe that was what she was going for, but God, yeah, this is interesting. Gotta give a hat tip to Penny Parker, journalist, who retweeted this. And we'll go out to the original post. We'll see the comments are not good for Gail, and we're going to take a look at the quote retweets, because again, Twitter matters, because this is where Gail Simone lives. She literally lives on Twitter. Well, she doesn't literally live on Twitter, but she spends an awful lot of her waking hours on Twitter. So this one's got to sting a little bit. She has me blocked. I don't know why. I don't think I've ever interacted with her ever. My wife has. She got into a fight with her once, or she ratioed her, and she doesn't have her blocked. So, you know, I'm just saying. Anyway, this is coming from Bracken616 Karma on Twitter. Love the special made to center women talking about how great men are. We really need to hear that message. So this is, we talked a little bit about this yesterday, how the Mitigator, this new villain, has been online, and he thought it'd be fun to snap all the women out of Marvel Comics. And but then we didn't get to the punchline. The punchline is, I suppose you want all men to disappear now. It's only fair. What? No. We love those guys. It's true. Both of Peter's flames here. You know who's surprisingly great? Iron Man. So I think Zach pointed out in a video that Carol Danvers wanted Iron Man dead, but you know, whatever. Is this Carol Danvers? It doesn't even look like Carol Danvers. Why does she have like a Sergeant Pepper jacket on? Is that her new look? I don't know. Come on, have you seen Spidey? He's the best. Have you met Spidey? He's the best. Luke Cage. Yeah, well, my cousin's just a good dude, Snark. He is. Maybe I'm guessing, but I think my read is destined for great things. He is, Sue. They all are. All these men are cool. They're destined for great things. So basically what she was trying to say, you know, me putting words into a woman's mouth, but what she was trying to say is that women aren't as hateful and as spiteful as men, apparently. However, that's not the case, because a lot of women are calling her out on Twitter. So they want Gail Simone snapped. Why is this the first story of the comic? Why is this story in the comic at all? I'm crying. I didn't read the dialogue. What is this? There are no words for how I felt when I saw this. Is so awful. Did a man write this because it feels so self-masturbatory? I wish I could say yes. Misandry needs to be enforced by law, I swear. Like, we can't even celebrate women in Marvel without promising to the male audience that, don't worry, guys, they're not ugly, man-hating feminists like it's 2020, like in 2024. This is more like 2017. It's so bad. Like, we didn't need this. Can we go back to focusing on women like the comic is supposed to? Who wrote this? Gail Simone. And we put a 0 in there so she can't can't search for herself. Oh no, the next era of X-Men is looking, oh fucking boy. X-Men comics are over. It was already with Tom Brevoort. No more galas, guys. No more galas. What? It's so bad. What the fuck is this? I'm reading. It's an awful comic. Notice how Mystique stayed quiet. Okay, but Jess would not say this. Spidey's the best. It feels a little heavy-handed, but personally I think showing a comic highlighting women who are happy to highlight the good men in their lives is a good thing. Agreed. The writing here is giving 80s family sitcom with a wholesome moral at the end. I don't have a problem with the message. I just think it's written in a very cheesy way. Oh, we wouldn't know anything about that. We wouldn't know anything about that in current year comics. I get the sense of it being an ironic indictment of anti-feminism, but yeah, you could have gone without it. Peak white feminism. Peak white feminism. Marvel has been a nightmare this week. Just wait till you see who's replaced Kang as Marvel's casual audience-friendly teaser of upcoming slates. What? This is so misplaced. It's out of character for half of them. What the fuck is this insane fever dream? What the fuck is this dialogue? What the actual fuck did I read? Is this real? Like it's not edited? Is this insane dialogue? I literally would have assumed they got mind control. Gail Simone, I expected better. Gail Simone, I expected better. I was baffled reading this. Mystique would have shoot them point blank for saying this. She should, and I support her. Turn me into a misandrist. Simone is going straight to hell. This is actually jaw-dropping. What the fuck? Where did these people come from? Where the actual hell do they come from? So let's see some of the quote retweets. They're echoing a lot of the sentiments, I think. Let's take a look at this and see what people are saying. Say if you don't like it, don't buy it, but I have the sneaking suspicion that a lot of the whiners didn't actually pay for it. I agree with that. A lot of these new Marvel stands, new DC stands, pirate their comics. They don't pay for shit. They think it's all web comics. Captain Frugal, apparently you really do need to hear that message. Gail Simone wrote this. Yikes. Yikes. Oh my God. See what I said when I said comics were afraid to be bold? It's an issue about women who are very underrepresented in everything, but they made it about the men so the woke bros won't get upset. Written so the man children who cry over women existing won't feel sad. I swear to God. Namor wasn't included in this part because she'd let them take Namor. How do you do this? How do you mess up like this? Bechdel was making fun of this decades ago. Room full of women, several of them queer. And then you do this, and somehow that's feminism, I guess. Fuck, man. Whoever wrote this needs to take 5 and examine some stuff. Should have done the opposite. Had a little 2-page coda story of the guys just talking about how awesome all the Marvel women are. Sue has never been involved in a Women of Marvel comic. So for the first time, she's in one. It's not about her, but it also has this. Yikes. I'm a guy, and I don't think any guy should be at the forefront of critiquing this. But if this first story was going for sarcasm, then it did a terrible job. It reads like a defense of fridging. Oh my God, Gail, it's a defense of fridging. And I have a hard time believing Gail Simone would do that intentionally. A lot of these guys are talking about their families and people close to them. Why would you be mad? It's highlighting how caring women can be. Did you want Sue to say Reed sucks? Why? Because that's the audience they have courted over the last 7 or 8 years. That's the audience they've courted. I love that they include Gwen, who died not knowing Peter was Spider-Man. Oh, God. Not all men. Literally not all men. Women supporting women. This is crazy. Like, girls can't have shit anyways. Got a dick ride for men who already have everything. Oh, thank God we have comics to tell men they're destined for great things. They truly are never told that. Happy Women's History Month from Marvel Comics. Oh, this is fantastic. This is great. Making the only time women get the spot in Marvel about male characters feels wrong. at many levels. This is what Gail wanted. This is what she wanted all those years ago, and now she's getting it. Now she's reaping what she's sown. It's never enough. It's never enough. You can never please these people enough. I think the whole point of this page is to say just because you're a feminist or pro-woman, it doesn't mean you're anti-men. Yeah, I would say it's probably her intention. But again, the audience she's courted hates men. Even the men hate themselves. That's the audience that Marvel's been chasing, right? Oh, God. Apart from the ridiculousness of this message being in a Woman of Marvel comic, or Women of Marvel comic, why the fuck are MJ and Gwen just kind of standing there while Jess is the one that talks about Peter? No, it's true. Is Marvel still so desperate to act like it's a neck and neck race between MJ and Gwen? Jess, your wife's there. You don't need to start lying around her. It's okay. Notice how Wanda is off panel, feminist queen. I knew I wasn't the only one who thought this one-shot or issue was shit at its finest. Man, she's just pissing everybody off. Gail Simone versus the world. I got to give her props for that. I mean, maybe it wasn't intentional. Maybe this is how she's going to make a break. Maybe she is trying to set expectations for her X-Men run. Wouldn't that be something? If she had a heel or face turn, depending on who you ask, and she's like, no, I'm just going to write the X-Men. And it's going to be men and women, and they're not going to hate each other. And we're not going to insert a gender ideology into it or whatever. We're just going to tell X-Men stories. Yeah, that's all we're going to do. That would be something. I'd be on board with that. I don't know if that's what she's going to do, though. It's like real easy not to do this. The only way I would have accepted this is if Jen mentioned how great Wyatt Wingfoot is. My honest reaction. I don't think men get enough respect and attention. Thank you, Gail Simone. There you go. This has to be editorial forcing her to write it. There's no way. I don't know, guys. Can I be honest and say I don't read it that way? If we want everyone, regardless of gender, to be treated with equal respect, it's not a bad idea to have people show appreciation for the opposite sex. That would be what I think she was going for. Oh, yeah, though the opposite with men appreciating women in a non-sexual way would be great, too. Did you read the page at all? They aren't just praising men randomly. They're trying to prove they aren't misandrists. Of all the men in Marvel, they could choose Tony Stark as the one they chose. Brain damage is the only answer. Nobody said Eddie Brock. That's where I crossed the line. People saying this is a cater to the woke bros, when that dude they're beating up is a straw man for woke bros. The women of Marvel, if Marvel issues starting with this story was wild, horribly written from start to finish. I'm baffled by this story. Feels like it's supposed to be a jab at the misogynistic man babies whining about woke killing their grandmas, but also like it's trying to console them. It's trying to console them. But it's not like they're going to read this, and if they did, they'd still hate women. So this is how it felt to watch the Barbie movie. There we go, guys. Gail Simone getting canceled by the audience she's courted, I guess. I don't know. I think it's funny. Maybe X-Men will be okay. I'm not holding my breath, though. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. And side note, I am not following Johnny Young Bosch. Well, I'm going to follow him now. We'll talk later.